Well, from the basic science, is there a favorite subtopic?
Okay. Anatomy.
Oh, wow. You knew that fast. That's great.
Yeah, I love anatomy.
Interesting.
You?
I think hormones.
Okay.
But I haven't thought this
that's
through.
That's the most difficult part, I feel.
Yeah, I haven't thought this through. It seems
I
like
haven't
you've already
either.
thought
I
of
know.
it. It seems like
No,
you came up with the answer
it's
fast.
just like, yeah, I know.
Anatomy?
Anatomy.
Did you like know that, or do you just like think of it now?
No, I knew that. Yeah.
Do you want to
Always
elaborate
loved
on
it.
like any when you found out about this?
When I found out about this love for anatomy. Dental school, 2006.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Anatomy class. Very specifically, it was 2 p.m. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I just always loved it.
Okay, yeah.
It's interesting.
Anatomy is interesting
think
too. It's one of those topics where that you really have to repeat it. There's no hack for it. You have to repeat it to actually remember it. But yeah, like it's so interesting.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't think I've ever like heard someone say anatomy. I mean, hormones is probably weird too.
it is like hormones. This part is very difficult.
It is.
It is
difficult.
interesting, like
It is interesting, yeah,
and it's super important for the rest, like for pathology even, right?
Yeah.
But it's so difficult to me. Anatomy is not like to me. Like I don't have to repeat
I like
so
anatomy
many
too,
times.
though. I'm not gonna like.
You're copying me. You're
Yeah,
copying my responses.
I like anatomy too.
But
I got good at anatomy,
So,
so
like interesting. I guess I've always been interested.
yeah. There's
like,
something interesting about
The human body as a whole.
I guess maybe I just
farm.
like it all. I don't know, but
Yeah,
like
physiology is really
physiology was great.
so-
I really
but
like. Yeah.
more specifically the hormones part you like. But
Yeah.
everything physiology is like amazing.
Yes, but like, I guess the anatomy part is very interesting to see how things are. Once you understand, like how things are getting from one point to the other. Maybe is there a specific part? Like I'm looking at nerves and skull and how things are getting to a certain point. You know, how does the nerve travel through the bones to a certain target location? But maybe yes. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I like it. But hormones interest me because it's interesting to see how these messages, I feel like they have an overall goal, and then if you understand what that goal is, all the things underneath it you can kind of remember.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It all makes sense. Like if you understood like the goal,
yeah,
obviously like you memorize which hormone
Does
is the
what.
what. Yeah, does what. It all makes sense.
All right.
It is fun.
Physiology too. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's interesting.
Yeah. Least favorite
Least favorite.
in basic science.
I think I know this. Wait, I did dig deep in my head. It's not the correct answer, but from our basic science,
Yes.
so that I know I could go through the topics.
I mean,
I want to say probably biochemistry, but there isn't any
Okay.
biochemistry. But like biochemistry, if there's
so
some
not oral biochemistry. Biochemistry.
like if someone is presenting biochemistry, maybe that's the part I would say is the least favorite.
Okay.
Versus, is there an option? Like what is there? Because microbiology, I remember even back in school, I had this thing where I was drawing the bacteria and characters. I lost that book, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
I created them like as villains and they had superpowers. So like I
And you
I
lost
turned microbiology into something fun for
Fun,
me as
yeah.
well. But like
But it's not very fun.
it is if you look at it that way. There's some things still I have.
Yeah.
You know, like
After your comic books.
yeah, it was kind of like a comic book. Like they had
Yeah.
superpowers and they had
Yeah.
like characters. Like if it's an aerobic bacteria, I would have a nose, but if it's an anaerobic, no nose. You know, like something.
You need this.
Okay.
Like we need this for.
I have to work on this project.
Noting down. Yeah.
I could work. Yeah, I designed some sketches, you know,
Yeah.
but biochemistry, I never had like. Oh, I never maybe approached it enough to get to that level.
Right.
It seems like you liked it or something because when I said you didn't like, you're like, oh,
I'm like, okay then.
do you like biochemistry?
I do. Yeah.
Okay,
It was
that's good.
okay. First year. I remember most of my friends disliked biochemistry, and I was the only one like paying attention, like loving it. I loved it. So biochemistry. First year, my favorite subjects were biochemistry, anatomy.
That's
And
good.
we had pharma as well. We had pharma.
You had
for
pharma your
4
first
years.
year?
4 years, yeah.
Wait, we didn't get pharma our first year.
We did. So it was second semester
Mm.
and on. But
So what's your least favorite in basic science?
In basic science, least favorite is, I think, immunology. Immunology. It's complicated. I don't know.
It is complicated, yeah. There's a lot of definitions for sometimes it feels like the same thing,
Yeah.
like inflammation and some other hypersensitivity thing and some other,
and
yeah.
all
yeah.
those cells.
Yeah.
I'm like, I get annoyed at plasma cells. Like that term's too broad. Like they should have named it something different. Plasma cells could be
Yeah.
anything, but yeah, plasma cells. Anyways, yeah, I don't like that. What?
Plasma is annoyed at. You know, mast cells bother me too.
Mast cells. Yeah.
Because, like, sometimes like almost, you know, because you learn it in a way where it's like under a microscope, but like, how did it get there? Like, where did it get?
Oh yeah.
So,
What else? Yeah, immunology, and there's probably something else that was like difficult for me. Oh, occlusion.
occlusion. I was
It's
gonna say-
difficult, but you explain it in a way that I had never been like explained to like that before. So it was like it made it less dislikeful. Like did I just make up a word?
Gross, like less problematic.
Less problematic.
I mean, thank you coming from an orthodontist. It's like
But it's not that type of occlusion, okay? Like before people start thinking that I don't know occlusion. What? Right? That's not it. Occlusion in basic science, it's more about like the TMJ and how, you know, each cause.
like anatomy,
Yeah.
physiology kind of thing. That's how we
Yeah.
discuss it.
Yeah,
I mean,
let's be
you could
clear.
argue it doesn't need to be in the basic science, but
Yeah.
I kind of liked it in the basic science so that that's a discussion.
You don't know why? Yeah,
No,
I
I
don't
do.
know why I
No,
wanna do it.
because you see, a lot of times it's explained in prosto from a prosthodontic point of view.
Yeah.
Then it's explained in ortho from an orthodontic point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you never get the whole all over point of view.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you only learn from a prosto where they go, okay, let's learn centric relation and how do
Mm-hmm.
we build it back? And then in ortho, you just learn angle one and what's right. But you don't really, that's why it's confusing because it's like you never get this basic, like,
Yeah.
let's learn what occlusion is before all of that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why in basic science, I'm like, well, first, let's learn it as anatomy and physiology.
Yeah.
How is occlusion? Let's learn these terms all together, ortho, prosto. Anatomy, it's anatomy. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you want to call it physiology, but it's an anatomy
Yeah, I guess so,
and
yeah.
how the joint is going
Like
to
how
work.
physiologically it's going to
Yeah, and then,
occlude.
you know, and then later when you do prosto and ortho, we repeat the concepts related to those topics
To
of
those,
occlusion
yeah.
in those.
Yeah.
So it just kind of made sense to take it a little bit, create its own topic, and you know, have it early on in the course, and that way you could repeat it more.
Yeah. So that's what I'd never seen, I guess, like separated from the topics. Very well done.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you for
All
the
right.
talk today.
Thank you. Yeah, it was fun.
All right.